So, so let's look at breakdown tonight on Monday Night Raw is tonight. So, so if you want your largest, so here's the break. All of this fallout about WrestleMania fallout on Monday Night Raw is imaging results. So if you want to know about tonight's Raw, so you get one, you get one of application below. All my descriptions right here at the bottom of my screen below. So if you want to check out on my second channel, it's like Tony's Hot Reviews. I'll be posting it sometime this weekend and sometime this week. And I got more to announce on WWE Backlash on May 9th. It's next week's. So I'll put on the sheet a piece of paper filling up and names in this match. So here's the first off of Raw tonight. I just said a word to celebrate Incarnate of the Beast, Incarnate. Obviously has suspended, while is open movie if he has all the recapping. And it was into about WrestleMania 42 this past weekend. As when we went live into an area of all famous music hits. Aggie Houston is starting with a serious look on his face. Also has a Tyler Crown saying his name and over when he tried to speak. So Tyler Crown, he was saying even loud, so he was waiting a moment to and let them finish. And he simply said, Silverado has arrived. Even just before it's dropping to the music, Mike enjoying his sensual pose, and yes, it was about his short as sweet as it gets. I think it was kind of perfect. All of framing is old, so he doesn't need to talk for about 10 minutes. And about why he beat Brock Lesnar before. He was acting like it was just over day at the office, which makes him seem that much more dangerous than some rookie. I think who will have twists at the win, like some impossible feat, indeed mostly to accomplish. I think it looks like over framing part a brand new suit. I just searched for the show. So I got this clip about over framing. So let me see. So just let him speak. We want to hear from him. So I think you know someone is going to have a long contract in just his entire career. I think with WWE, despite their interests, all the family interest is of a icon. I think he and just all Roman Reigns at SummerSlam was a world title pistol. I think he is. I can't believe when Brock put this guy over. Basically, it's such a God-gifted, basically pro wrestler who has two stunning moves. It's still a silk slam, it's an Undertaker is still a power bomb from Dave Batista. In WWE instead, after Vince McMahon told the public cover not gonna watch this anymore, it's so boring. Okay, this is strength. So, I'm thinking about Brock Lesnar be Silver 2 plus, and he's gonna just honor Roman Reigns at Nature SummerSlam about 2 night events until August 4th and August 2nd. I can't wait for this match. So, it's just how I see you walking into the walk. So, I like sitting there for some right here of a wall escape. So, I wanted to talk to the two of with WWE champions. One, I want to see Cody Rhodes at Sunday Night main event. I was going to acquire Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania on the main roster so far. WWE have handed over Flamey one a very real so far. I was looking forward to see what's next for him. Although Flamey doesn't get paid per his single word. So, that's what I'm thinking about. I can see, and this is of Roman Reigns after he beat the Undertaker's promo. I do remember that when I was seeing that thing for just like old clips. I think he's a man to carry the public company for 7 years. I suddenly able to fumble him. So I think here's the next one. I think Mike it has to rock. And this is of a famous word, and we also living in it. I just feel for some right here to strap him up by SummerSlam as a last. I think so. Although Fleming was a good, talented athlete, he was a monster. So continue on. So I think it looks like although Fleming bought a brand new suit for the show. So here's a next match. So we have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against Cody Royals. I heard last time in full essence, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, B-Flab, Anya B-Flab, and Mason, while April 6th, so Cody Royals lost to Bayley and Lia Flair while March 23rd. The idea of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky were out of force for a tag team match against Asuka and Kairi Singh. Asuka and Kairi Singh started to their asses with a lockup, and they spent a couple of minutes having a nice exchange before Ripley and Asuka attacking in. They opened to Tony with a bottle of strikes. The Pilot Princess took out Ripley with a hang so Anya took out Ripley with a hang oval form to the top rope and to the floor to send us into the break. Also after a weekend of matches that felt too short. And it was nice to get one where it felt like they had time to walk without falling rust. And so the chemistry between these four women's is real compass, so they had no trouble putting on a fun show. And I feel like the scenes will also bring plenty for Kairi Singh and Asuka to break up, which has been a long time coming. I think both teams had a couple of close calls. I knew about ASK causing whole teams to the win with the opposite Amenso in the winner on this match. We Ripley and ASK. And it was a nice surprise that a new champion was put right into a match. Instead of having Vanessa Pummel Sassman I went to brag about their win. Added it to start the next feud. The way Kairi Singh hit a head scissor takedown by popping her legs off to the ropes. And it was very cool. And he made Michael Cole like finally pointed out how roaring it was. ASK came so close to having a very dangerous landing after a dive, but she saved it at the last second. So, speaking about Ajay if he still the best into the world. Also after the break, CM Punk made his way out with no music and no fails. Ajay also attacked Twan as some fans singing his name and some fans booed in some sales. Ajay he looked around before during his common time and paused his music hit. And with it and he walked down to the ring and without much anything in his steps. After he spoke about getting married a lot of blues, in the also past 6 months he missing losing his MMA trainer. His dog wasn't in a handful of WWE employees he knew said Tyler Seal as he gave props to the people who makes the show as possible. After he said the fans would help him get through those losers, and losing his child didn't sting as much as losing those friends. He thanked anyone for helping him, posing his CRIF. And CM Punk has always been known as a good talker, but there was behind the first half of his promo, and that you don't get in pro wrestling much, as he was getting ready to leave, and it with Cody Rhodes' music hits has played, and CM Punk spoke about going over his promo time, but Cody Rhodes had a serious drama. He said he expected a different reactions from him. Wasn't after losing his title, and Punk said he doesn't feel like a loser. This seemed to surprise Cody Rhodes. After Cody Rhodes told Punk he had a deadly title shot is waiting for him. After whenever he wanted it, this was a pretty so announcement. But it may have been a little longer than needed. So I like this promo between him, Punk and Cody Rhodes. I finally became a CM Punk fan after that match of last night. And think about Las Vegas has to be one of the worst crowds of all time. I'll never go back again. So I think wasn't a lot of people don't saw CM Punk. No matter what he does, he is still it probably like Cody Rhodes and Punk. It's mostly yes. But no. He wasn't that he's one of the best to ever do it. And there's no doubt. This man loves the parts of wrestling. And to win CM Punk was even true he didn't win yesterday's match. After he maintains a high ratings because he gave everything in every match. I think so. And this doesn't feel like the Raw after WrestleMania. So I think CM Punk was proud to carry the World Heavyweight Championship, and Paul Heyman was listed as a producer for both Over Fame and Brock Lesnar and CM Punk vs. Roman Reigns. So, I guess his reign may not have been long, but it was still worth something. I think if it says me or it's CM Punk on a whole new level of great right now was insane. Let's let him cook. So I forgot WWE doesn't do a rematch clause anymore, so who knows? Other than that, next World Championship opportunity could come out on SmackDown and be for the WWE Championship. Instead, the Punk was getting on Raw. So, I really think our going actors want Punk, and you need to be Roman Reigns, not Cody Rhodes. So, what if Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are both insulted? CM Punk could be doing to him against the next WWE champion. I think Mickey said. So I'm giving a Punk sweep minus 4 years top before after he retires. I think Rey Mysterio go retire in going to end of the year of sometime next year. I was giving Randy Orton about 7 plus years at a max. I think so. I just hope we also is going to protect that he's too old storyline. He didn't come true. And he might go after Cody Rhodes one day. So I think so here's the last one. Agent Ramsey and Punk says Ceci win. Anything can happen is an universal for Punk and Cody Rhodes. If you really saw Cody Rhodes at Raw tonight, after his left eye has opened. So he needs to get some his black eye right there, I think his left eye. I hope he be clear in time. He would get better in his left eye. So I would think about all Cody Rhodes could this time. Meant that 2 years. So we need to bring back Cody Rhodes. So let me see. I think let me see. He had to bring back his old David was of Cody Rhodes went from worst to the best. So we need to bring back the old Cody Rhodes. So let me just up here a minute. So let me see here a quick minute. So let me show you guys a quick minute here. So we need to bring his old classic Cody Rhodes. So let me. So we need us to bring back of this again. So this was an old clip which old Cody Rhodes, and we need to bring his old fashioned back. So he might bring it back again, I think, in an old fashioned way. So Savon Evans told Penta backstage that he is still coming for the IC title. And we saw tonight of newest member on Raw tonight are Eagle Amy Pace. So all Eagle Amy Pace was also to introduce as the newest Raw superstar before he and Savon Evans agreed to a match. And Boris Keith was shown into the title crowd as the announcers also hype his Andre Barlow win from last Friday, I think. He was just one. So here's the next match. So we have All Eagle Amy Pace having go 1-on-1 against Savon Evans. And at last time in full absence, All Eagle Amy Pace lost to Tony D'Angelo NXT April 14th, and Savon Evans lost the last match at WrestleMania. Amy Pace made his Raw debut this week in a singles bout against Savon Evans that was set up during a backstage segment with Adam Pearce. Announcers remind us of the made this history between these two. Also, as they started the match, All Eagle couldn't seem to get a handle on Savon Evans at first. After he moves a dirty tactic into the corner to poke him to the eye, and he slowed the piece down and started taking a young Aussie apart, and you could tell Savon Evans was feeling that it was also a lot of match on past Sunday, but he still wasn't to hit some nice high quality moves and used to the loop. This was a great chemistry and made of NXT, so they were able to tap back into that and have an incredible fight that just highlights in both their strength. Desert wasn't their best as a performance, but it was a so and turning in their long-term history. After we saw Rusev came out of nowhere to found him, I didn't time to take out Savon Evans, but the young OC beat him to surpass the stresses allowed Pace to recover, and his finisher was the win. And All Eagle allowed Rusev to beat up Savon Evans. After after he got signaled in, but Penta makes it a save. Benjamin pays return and help with a brings an open hand with lead to Penta being put in the 8cc and that's it land. So in the middle on this match, all ego, and he pays. So Amy Pace has a great debut tonight on Raw. After Savon Evans was wrestling with his sword on for the first time in a while, when Pace posted combines on the old school fantastic with modern wrestling. He's a very affordable, talented, whatever news right. After the title crowd, Rory loves Penta, and he always get a great full reactions. So here's the next match. So have Liv Morgan goes 1-1 against Sol Ruka. Honored last time in full absence, Liv Morgan has undefeated Jimmy Fakir at WrestleMania. So Ruka lost to Ascendine NXT April 7th. Agent of Liv Morgan came out to celebrate winning the Women's World title from Jimmy Fakir at WrestleMania. The rest of Summit Day was by her side. Agency put out Jimmy Fakir for giving her a good fight, but she also pressed herself as the most talented women's division in WWE. Soroka from ABC came out and said, Morgan also has been in exposure to her, and then Morgan thanked her but also told her to get out of her ring. And when Adam Pearce came out earlier and brought a referee to make a singles match right away. And Adam Pearce told to referee, so do you think to control on this match tonight? So yes, it's the official. So I meant to make a singles match right away. They got started after a break, and Soroka took a 12 right out of the gate. I meant between this match was okay, but it probably did not live up into what we now know what the Elite Women's is capable of. It's Buckley Soroka revealed some highlights, but overall this was as packed as it could have been. Also until Soroka hit a smash and hit a dive, also top rope, and that awoke to the crowd up and got a with the thing is going. Also turned into Sadwa, so up attack her former friends. The person rep was after the attack took 2 months out of Soroka, and the moment was able to capitalize with her financial forced to win. So, in the winner on this match, Liv Morgan to retain his title. So, as we saw tonight, Paige and the Butter Twins were thrown into the title crowd with the women's tag titles. As you said a song, the Morgan debuts has many appears to be her prominent interest with it is now the way as of the Morgan has reacted to the workers saying nice things was funny. And you made the worker made those always look great. I just called up the worker news and the opposite was great. The Snazzle got a big pop too. So, also was into the Fawcett has multiple rivalries now. Was it active affair about Brock Lesnar possibly now retiring? And Logan Paul also appeared in Paul Heyman came out for in this promo. I knew when I was told when Paul Heyman said, and he had a whole speech prepared, but he is still waiting for what happened to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania last Sunday. After he handed the mic to Paul, and this got loud boos from the Las Vegas crowd. After the social media star, and he said he hates the outsiders who come into WWE, and this was personally icon. And it made Paul Heyman bow out is Braun Breaker for his war appearance since his cap surgery. I think he called Seth Rollins weak, and he was big about one of his matches with Gunjo. And it made Seth Rollins so up with a steel seal again, and but the trail got split of him. So I think we saw tonight to return the Street Profits says return for Raw. This was made a big surprise appearance to even the odds. And Braun Breaker hit it forcing with all Hank Spill into his already tap up in his ribs to end the assessment. And this could have just been blowing here promo, but the crowd playing so loud. I think it's what made it entertaining. So the fight with Rollins with the Street Profits was fun. Wasn't it just two different views? The Profits will seize the tag titles very soon. After while, Paul Breaker and Rollins have their own feud. So this will find out for next week's into Backlash May 9th. I think let's get to just commercial breaks for a little more exclusive to anyone else this week. It wasn't even involved in some of the things. And Paul's haircut is boring. And he said the crowd was giving them some months heating enjoyed this assessment. So here's the next match. So we have Finn Balor. Here we go. Waller 1 against Cedric McDonald. As it last time in Pro Asses, Finn Balor on defeating Dominic Mysterio, Mysterio, at WrestleMania. And Cedric McDonald lost a lot of matches at WrestleMania. Until Finn Balor was looking to knock off all members of Summit Day. After he took on his former friends, Cedric McDonald. Cedric McDonald was taped up after being a part of a Born Loudest match, but he was still so aggressive right away. It wasn't until Finn Balor going some open hand as they fought to select Tyler Crown. This felt like a very personal fight. Literally, yes, it was a physical fight. Wasn't that forcing this little more time and then it got. Finn Balor scored a clean win with a Gilbert D. Grace, but his celebration was cut short by Dominic Mysterio. And the winner on this match, Finn Balor. After between Cedric McDonald gave it just power backstage, and it was quick and Finn Balor had won 80 minutes of the night, and that was Swanee beef. And until Finn Balor took up not time at all to dressing back to his baby face again. I like this character after playing a heel tone for several years. So our last one is our main event. So I just said Spotlight is back on top, and now it's Roman Reigns again with the Usos. I like this promo of that. I just followed Sussman of the night, and we saw Roman Reigns come out to celebrate winning the World Heavyweight title alongside his cousins, the Usos. After the OGC said he has missed having the trust of the Usos in doing this business with them, and he told them, and they are stronger together, and then they are apart. After he recalled how they went daily for 4 years ago, and he was asking whether they will be by his side again, that has on your lungs, but has inquires. So that's been about 4 years since, I think. So let me see. This is about 4 years, I think. Let me see. Let me look it up quick. I'd say about let me see. I'd say about August 23rd, back in of 2020, after 5 months hostage. So I'll say about the bombing, about almost 4 years. If it was November 26th, last year's 2024. So they reach a bombing storyline that has been intended for over 4 years today between Roman Reigns and The Rock, doing songs with The Rock in Minnesota, Dakota, about 4 years ago today. Man, that's crazy since about 4 years. That's crazy. And I guess so also seem on board, but that I wasn't in when Second Part 2 saw up tonight, and he was not due to announce the champion. He was due to sign his hand. So, and then he said he wanted to upgrade his life at Backlash, but Reigns questioned him, and he said whether he is ready to carry the title says yet. He said he will see his title with his cousin next week on Raw and make his exit. And this was a good publicizement to set up Roman Reigns' first feud as champion in Second Fight 2 into the main event scene. Oh, this is gonna be a good match for next week. For next month. I can't wait for that main event. So this is our final world. So let me see here. So let me see. Let's go to the main event here. Oh yeah, speaking about every night, I am both going to every night have their slides is on Roman Reigns. It's a World Heavyweight Championship pistol very soon. So yes, it was around 2. There's no more forces. Everybody's better get his moments together. I think. So we should give this rematch. This pre-match. Been waiting almost 3 years for this. So Roman Reigns is getting in everyone's slice after WrestleMania Soul's title. Saying it's innocent. It says indicating. I love to see Gunther drop to the belt to every night. So yeah. So every night says he's got his sunglasses on. So we got 2 words for you. So this is L.A. Knight. So yeah. I like every night his say about every night. Yeah. I like that he said that. How his assessment goes. I really liked it. As we all know how it's going to end up, it's going to be LA. LA is a pound in the World Heavyweight Championship because Hillary sucks. So I think this every night and pull the trigger with anybody saying LA Knight, yeah. So Paul will get going to decide that woman with child. Me and Bond will love that. So I think I just was the favorite that the park owns Gunjo whenever it's not a match with Brock Lesnar. So I can't believe when Brock Lesnar says not retiring. I was shocked. So every night needs to hang it up and go to AEW where you want to win a world championship. I don't want to see every night going to AEW. He must stick with WWE, I think. I need his contract to be up, I think. I don't know. So let me see, every night's contract might be up, I think. So let me see here. I had to quick this update on every night. So let me see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so every night getting a contract is not up in according to reports from late of last year's. And he signed $8 million a year and just in back in of 2024. So I mean just several more years and the positive rumors are true regarding his television, his absence in late of last year's. And he remains a key part of WWE long-term plans. So I'm gonna get this update for you guys sometime this week. So what's going on to Eminem's contract? So it's not be up until so so many so so many years for now. I'm gonna keep you guys update on that one and what's going on. I had to look out online here. So let's go to Roman Reigns side. So this was back like all times. The fun this is going to be. So whenever you could bring back one fastest at your peak, anyway, will you will see retain or the product onto the public copy again? I just if you gave us in some of the best matches ever, Sabrina gave us as a family will follow the travel will follow in. And wait, for me, I want both. So it's still in the bloodline. So this way you see. So this is old pistol about 4 years today, like old times. So let me see. So this was almost 4 years today. With the tag team titles on SmackDown, and Roman Reigns has 2 titles on his about 4 years since his World Championship and Honor vs. Champion as well. So this was almost 4 years. So those 3 are coming back again very soon. Has it set a bar line. So I like this part of that old fashioned ways. So next week we have 2 things that's announced for next week. So we have Sir Henry live concert next Monday, and we have Becky Lance appears live next week on Monday. So Roman Reigns said, I'm not asking you to summon me, I'm just asking you to be my blood and stay with me. He said, and Roman Reigns said, I want to go back to such a good old days with the Usos. Hurry soon, so we can bring back the bloodline has to receive the Usos and Roman Reigns. I just want to say to fix that, Susie, bro, I got on backwards, and you had some rapper from the 90s in one of his mouths. Yet Roman Reigns taking the shots at Coleman, and not as you. But I think he's right. So Usos didn't agree to this, and he was you, guys like last time before. But Sammy said and Cody said yes. Or are we getting or hating Saints versus Travis Civil War again? And Roman Reigns plans to retain his family together so they can be with him in war for all 4 years. So, Independent Ticket Flight 2 came out. He said, supporting son returns on all bodies to the Lord. I am a sucker for these Samoans loving this also now. It's like a dream has come true. So the SmackDown guys can come to Raw now. What? I think I'm gonna say Raw coach tonight, but I'm giving this moment to take up the story until Backlash. And I think Lungle says, yeah. So there's a couple more here. Then we're going to a live post. So, and when Secret 52 said, I don't want that title. I need that title, he said. And Secret 52 says, signs Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Roman Reigns versus Secret 52 is about to break Elias. And Satan also break this character of healing sense again. This is pretty neat. So I need this match, but Roman is still the final boss. So I feel like this is too soon. We need more brawling drama, but soon. I like that thing. So I think let's go check up. We don't need 4 more years of Roman Reigns. So here's the last one. I think this is season. And Roman Reigns told it will be seeing Second Fighter next week on Raw for this final answer. So let's wait and see. Second Fighter is a violent with Roman and the Usos would be awesome. Let's do it. So tell me why Second Fighter gets a title shot that Roman says Roman needs to prove himself first. And he said it so Usos be on Second's side. So let's find out until next week. So this is all we have for today's Raw. So this was really good to see. I didn't let little cousins and solos to call it, so didn't like that. So it's coming soon. So that's all we have for today's. So let me see. So let me see. Scott Hall. So Scott Hall been gone for years. And Scott Hall, a prominent figure in professional wrestling, he passed away on March 14th of last year, 2022. After his top career is been in 3 decades for many times in years. And it's been a long time. So I wonder how long he's been gone. So let me see. So I need to remember of 2-time Derby Hall of Famer Scott Hall on his birthday. So, hey yo, how's the bad guys do? So, it's been a long time since to remember Scott Hall for life. So, that's all we have for this week's. So, let's go to a live poll goes. So, have 80% will like it on War tonight. 80% will like it. 20% is alright. And 2% didn't like it. So let's go to my Twitter poll goes. So we have 50% really liked it, 50% is alright, and 2% didn't like it. So that's all we have for you today. So I hope you guys have a great Monday. When I go live on this coming Wednesday on AEW Dynamite, this Wednesday is so much more. So to get more Stickle, Spotify occupies Spotify Radio, and Podcast Energy, and so much more. So anyone can switch back to my second channel. I'm going to post this sometime this week, and I might put some more games to play on JV2K26. So that's all we have for this week's. So I hope you guys have your rest on Monday. And see you guys on Wednesday for Dynamite. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for AJ Dynamite on TBS. And stay tuned for this live stream and more. So I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.